Did teen mom alum Kailyn Lowry say that reality television breeds mental illness? The mother of 7 was on Teen Mom 2 for 11 years, so she has plenty of first-hand experience. Now, she is opening up about what it means to be on reality TV and what kind of person you must be. Keep reading for more details and if Kailyn would come back. Teen mom Kailyn Lowry. Reality TV breeds mental illness. As a pregnant teenager, viewers first met Kailyn Lowry on MTV 16 and pregnant alongside her boyfriend, Joe Rivera. She had no family, so she moved in with his, and they tried to help her as best as they could along the way. Eventually, the couple parted ways after their son, Isaac, was born, and she moved on with other men. Her life was soon documented on Teen Mom, where she met Javi Marroquin and had their son, Lincoln. The two tied the knot, but that ended, and she went on to have 2 more children with Chris Lopez, Creed, and Lux. Joe Rivera, Isaac Rivera, Kailyn Lowry. Kailyn became a best-selling author and hosts 3 podcasts. Therefore, she has moved on with her family and found a partner in Elijah Scott. They have gone on to welcome 3 more children, Rio, Valley, and Verse, and she has left reality television behind. However, she still indulges in it, with her latest obsession being Prison Brides and Gypsy Rose. Now, in a recent episode of her Barely Famous podcast, she opened up about being on a reality show. In Kailyn Lowry's eyes, reality television is a mental illness. She added that it creates mental illness no matter what way you look at it. However, at the end of the day, she would 100% go back to reality television. Finally, she openly admits that must make her mentally ill, and she seems just fine acknowledging that. Yet, she did not say what kind of show she would partake in, so that would be interesting to see. Do fans agree? Many people indulge in reality TV to escape their own lives, so did they agree with what Kailyn Lowry had to say? Is it a mental illness or just mindless fun? I'm for sure in an abusive relationship with reality TV. We love that you acknowledge and are mentally aware. Also, creating a safe spot for your children that you may not have as a child. When you know better, you do better, and that's the part that you are taking action in. So, it seems many have their vices, and if reality television is one of them, so be it. Kailyn does not seem ashamed that she loves it or that she would go back down that road again, which is admirable. What is your relationship with reality TV like, and do you agree with Kailyn? Let us know in the comments below. In the sprawling, often chaotic universe of reality television, few stars have had a journey as publicly documented as Kailyn Lowry's. From a vulnerable, homeless pregnant teen on 16 and pregnant to a powerhouse entrepreneur and mother of 7 on Teen Mom 2, her entire adult life has unfolded under the unblinking eye of the MTV camera. Now, having left the show that made her famous, she is breaking the 4th wall with a jarring and profound assessment of the very industry that built her. In a recent episode of her Barely Famous podcast, Lowry delivered a verdict that resonates through the halls of reality TV. The medium, in her view, is a mental illness that creates mental illness. This bombshell statement is not coming from a detached critic, but from a veteran who spent 11 years on one of the most intense reality shows in history. Her comments force a critical examination of the psychological cost of living a public life, the complex relationship between trauma and entertainment, and the paradoxical allure that keeps stars like her tethered to the very system they condemn. From Trenton to stardom, the making of a reality TV veteran. To fully grasp the weight of Lowry's words, one must first understand her journey. Audiences first met Kailyn as a teenager with a fractured family life, moving in with her boyfriend, Joe Rivera, and his parents out of necessity. Her struggles were raw and immediate, navigating a fraught relationship with Joe's family, the pressures of young motherhood with their son Isaac, and a profound sense of instability. This vulnerability was the bedrock of her early storyline, making her relatable to millions. As Teen Mom 2 progressed, so did Kailyn's life, but the drama only intensified. Her relationships became central plotlines, the passionate but tumultuous marriage to Javi Marroquin, with whom she shares son Lincoln, and the even more chaotic relationship with Chris Lopez, the father of her sons Lux and Creed. Her life was a cycle of new relationships, new babies, and new conflicts, all meticulously filmed and edited for national consumption. Through it all, she demonstrated a fierce independence, earning a college degree, becoming a best-selling author, and building a podcast empire, all while raising her growing family. Now, with a new partner, Elijah Scott, and 3 more children, Rio, Valley, and Verse, Kailyn has consciously stepped away from the MTV narrative. She has built a life and a business empire that exists beyond the confines of a television edit. This hard-won autonomy is precisely what gives her the perspective to look back and diagnose the environment she so recently escaped. The diagnosis: how reality TV creates mental illness. Lowry's statement is stark in its simplicity. Reality television is a mental illness. It creates mental illness. While she didn't elaborate with clinical specifics on the podcast, psychologists and media experts can easily trace the mechanisms behind this creation. The performance of self. Reality TV requires participants to constantly curate and perform their own lives. The line between the authentic self and the televised persona blurs, leading to what psychologists call identity diffusion. You start to question what parts of you are real and what parts were created for the camera, explains a media psychologist. This fragmentation of identity is a cornerstone of several mental health disorders. The addiction to drama and validation. The economy of reality TV is built on conflict and emotional extremes. Participants are often incentivized, either explicitly or implicitly, to create good TV. This can train individuals to seek out drama in their personal lives, viewing calmness as a narrative failure. Furthermore, the sudden influx of fame and fan validation becomes a potent drug. When the cameras stop rolling, the silence can be deafening, leading to depression, anxiety, and a desperate urge to return to the spotlight to recapture that sense of significance.